Hello there, and welcome. I am Mr. Chukwu. Can we discuss some fascinating things today? Are you filled with enough wonder and amazement about how aeroplanes, birds, leaves, and other objects move in the air? How many times have you asked yourself the reason why kites fly in the air so high? These questions and more are things we will think about in this lesson. So, guess what? I've got some fantastic news for you on how things move in the air without falling. It will seem like absolute magic, but it isn't. They are just things we all need to learn about and find out how they are. Are you ready then? Let's begin. Every day, we see objects move in the air, right? Aeroplanes, balloons, kites, waste, and so on. If you get easily amazed like me, you will wonder, how does this happen? One thing is for sure, some things are so light in weight that a little gentle breeze can carry them about. I'm sure you know what those things are. Nylons, wool, thread, and so on. They are almost weightless, right? But the real question is this: what about aeroplanes? They are not so light after all. The questions you're thinking about are good questions, but how can we answer them? Well, let's start by thinking about this question first. How does air move? Here's what I'm thinking about. Air moves through the earth because of the wind. We have all experienced the blowing of wind against our bodies. Winds can be anything from a light breeze to tornadoes and hurricanes with heavy force. Again, air is something we cannot see. For example, you're standing there on the ground and looking up. You're looking through the atmosphere. It might not look like anything is there, especially if there are no clouds in the sky. But what you don't see is air or the force it moves with. We live at the bottom of the atmosphere. This means that the clouds and skies are part of the atmosphere, but they are above. The weight of all the air above us is called air pressure. Why is such a weight though? If you practice the elevator experiment, you will understand why air has weight and presses down on things when they go up. The elevator experiment is really simple. This is it. Simply ask your mom, dad, or an older person at home to take you on an elevator. You will notice that as you go up, your body feels heavier. That is air pressure pressing down on you from above, which makes you feel heavier. The opposite thing happens when you come back down to the bottom. In the elevator, your body feels light, and that's because you're not going against air pressure from above. You're going along with it to the bottom. Now, as we get ahead in this lesson, let's quickly learn about these three words I'm about to show you. The first word is gravity. G-R-A-V-I-T-Y. Gravity is what keeps you on the ground, on earth, and what causes objects to fall. The second word is air. Air is a mixture of gases which form the atmosphere of the earth. The third and final word is air pressure. Air pressure is the weight of air pressing down on earth. Did you get all that? Great! Now to the main question. How do things move through the air? Let's think about it together, shall we? First, some things float, other things fly. With things that float, you should know that they move freely through the air because air pressure is greater than their weight. Objects that float do not need to apply any kind of energy in order to move through the air. Air pressure simply carries the weight of these objects as they move from one place to another. Things like wool, nylon, paper, and so on move through the air when they are carried about by an amount of wind. Leaves also move through the air when the pressure in the wind is high enough to blow dry leaves off their branches. But there are other things that fly through the air. This means that the air pressure that moves nylons, feathers, leaves, or wool about is not enough to move birds, bats, or aeroplanes around. These things have to fly. Can you see this? Things move in the air when they float or fly. For things that fly through the air, there needs to be some force applied in order to make air pressure carry their weight. How does it happen then? Let's think about birds. For example, birds use a method of moving in the air. The method is called flight. Flight is an action birds and bats need to do to control air pressure and make their weight stay in the air without falling down to the ground. To do this, birds flap their wings in order to control air pressure. Their wings are designed in a way that allows them to lift their weight through the air, as if climbing on steps. What about aeroplanes? Not to worry, we will discuss that in the next lesson. Wow, that was such an amazing lesson, right? I had a really good time. Now, let's remind ourselves about some of the things we learned in this lesson. I'll make a list. 1. Air moves through the earth because of the wind. 2. Air pressure presses down on objects on the earth. 3. Some things float, other things fly. 4. Things that float freely in the air are lighter in weight than air. 5. Things that fly in the air use some type of force in order to make air pressure carry their weight. Before we come to the end of this lesson, let me ask you some questions. These questions will help me find out how much you've learned along the way. Here we go. 1. How do things float in the air? You are right. Air pressure carries their weight because they are lighter. Fantastic. 2. What do you understand by air pressure? Exactly! Air pressure is a type of force that pushes down toward the earth. 3. Some things do not float freely. What do they do instead? Great! They fly! 4. How do birds fly? Yes, they apply some type of force in order to make air pressure carry their weight. Isn't this amazing? You've come a long way actually, and it's good to know. I'm glad we turned the pages together, learning about the way air pressure makes things move about in the air. I'll say bye for now and see you in the next lesson.